Good morning. It's still morning, isn't it? Let me have a quick look. 11. We're close. So, I wanted to update you on what I'm doing, how I'm doing. I'm doing better, much better. I've been on this anti-inflammatory diet for some time now. And what's happening with that? I think it's working. And yeah, I quit all regular wheat products. The only grain I use is oatmeal. I have a lot of emphasis on walnuts, salmon for the omega-3s. I need those for my eyes. It's really hard, but I'm trying all I can to boost all the nutrients that eyes need. I neglected myself so badly. When we're young, we think we're invincible, and we're not. As a matter of fact, I watch YouTube videos, not so much anymore because of my eyes. I can't really tolerate it, not even with the blue light, so it's kind of hard to look at the camera, but I'll do my best. So if I keep looking away, that's why I need to rest my eyes. This one's been hurting quite a bit, including some stabbing pain. I'm gonna take my cool eye mask and lay down in a minute. And well, I don't lay down anymore. I keep myself at about a 15 to 40 degree angle when I sleep, and then I'm about a 90-degree angle when I'm up. I have this cushion that Maggie bought me. It's a wedge. It's very cool because you can undo it and make it a longer wedge, which makes it easier to sleep on. But I gotta tell you guys, my back doesn't like it. Yeah, there's so many issues involved. Besides the glaucoma and cataracts, there's all of my spinal issues, the arthritis, and so the anti-inflammatory diet is definitely helping. So the things I'm eating is berries. I keep them frozen. I buy frozen Wyman's in the freezer. I know Wyman's. They were near my old home in Maine. You could buy 15-pound boxes from them, frozen. So yeah, no deals down here, let me tell you what. But I buy the triple berry mix that is blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries. Really good colors for healthy vitamins and whatnot, for eyes, for inflammation, for everything. I watch YouTube sometimes, or I listen to it now. I'll find something quick and punch it and just listen and keep the phone away from my eyes. Young people in cancer, it's shocking. People in their 30s, there's definitely an increase in millennials and the generation before them, cancers. And so I was like, what's going on around here? Some of these people are vegetarian and vegan, not clean. That's a real problem. We still don't know the extent, though we have a good idea, the dangers in our food and the preservatives and the crap that's in it. So I'm staying extremely clean. There's one brand, Simple Mills, that I will purchase from, but you gotta look at the ingredients first. I like their almond flour cookies, but they still have sugar. So when I finish the boxes I bought from them, and I'm not eating it too much. I'm going by grams of sugar and keeping added sugars down to 20 to 26 grams a day, which is highly irregular for me. But I'm using xylitol and erythritol, and I gotta back off of that a little bit too, because I'm going through it pretty fast. Yeah, a couple of pounds in a month. That's still not smart. So I'm starting to pay more attention to that. I'm making my own sweets. As a matter of fact, I made quite an interesting, I can't tell you what it tastes like, but I can tell you the texture was beautiful. It was soft and it was moist and it was gorgeous. I used oat flour. I take my oatmeal and I grind it down. I use Bob's Red Mill organic old-fashioned oats. Steel cut is the best, but I don't like them. I'm not going to eat them. The bag will sit. Where the Bob's Red Mill old-fashioned oats, I'm going through it. I like to make a bowl of oatmeal, and in that I will add nuts or fruit and nuts, flax seeds. What else do I like to put in? A bit of xylitol, my lecithin granules. I'm trying to make sure I don't have clogged arteries because my cholesterol was too high and my glucose is really high, and that's just no good for heart health or inflammation. So I'm trying to balance all this. I've got a ton of supplements, as you saw with my bread box. And it's so hot. I'm not a pill swallower, okay? And it's so annoying. Like I eat some yogurt and pop a pill in and swallow both, and then I have to try to drink as much water as I can because I'm not a good water drinker, guys. I don't like any liquids, coffee. So I carry my bottle around. I drink coffee in the morning, and I hope that'll count as a liquid. I doubt it. And then I make a cup of mullein tea or some other tea, comfrey, whatever, real leaf, throw it in there and brew it. In the afternoon, I like to have a cup of tea. It's soothing. It just soothes my soul. Something warm and doesn't really taste like anything because, I can't taste. But I made this cake out of oat flour, almond flour, and coconut flour only because I had it available. The almond and coconut, I only put a quarter cup of each, and it was 1 1/4 cup of the oat flour that I make myself. I grind it up in my food processor. It still has lumpy things in it. It's not perfect, but it made a lovely cake. I put pumpkin in it from a can, not with additives, just pumpkin in a can. And I probably use maybe 1/3 to 1/2 cup of that. I put 1 tablespoon of avocado oil in it, spices, sweetener, and baking powder, baking soda. What else? Oh, pumpkin pie spice. You gotta have that. And then I baked it. And I made I made this frosting out of cream cheese, pumpkin, and Swerve confectioners. It's, a no sugar, some vanilla. I just whipped that up, and I wanted kind of a glaze, so I put it on while the cake was still pretty warm, and it just kind of like soaked down in. The cake wasn't as sweet as I would have liked it, but the frosting added the touch. So I'll add more next time. I'm trying to be very conservative with that. And, even though it's not a sugar, it's still, a substance that I want to be careful. I just want to be more careful. I beat the crap out of my body for how many years now? 67. And I finally woke up when my eyes quit. Oh, it's warm in here. I shut the AC off. Lordy. So, I was saying, so I was researching why are these young people getting cancers? Is there an increase? And most certainly, yes. Cancer in young people's on the rise. They're getting lung cancer without smoking, not even secondhand smoke. Why? And what I found was processed foods, alcohol, tobacco, obesity. These things all contribute, and who wants to deal with that? I don't. We get seed oils and everything. I was listening to that Paul Saladino. He's more between keto and carnivore. He kind of had to add other things because he was losing too much weight. And he went to Spain looking to see if European foods are better than ours. And he finally did find some, though they're catching up with us, okay? Their obesity is like 19% and ours is 40 something. Diabetes as well. They're starting to, see more diabetes, but we're the winners, yay! And yeah, I think of certain people, young people who've passed, and others who've had cancer that are older, and they're still eating tons of red meat and processed foods. I'm not going to name names because it's so sad when someone dies of a disease that maybe they didn't have to. Now, I know that some is genetic mutations, but, so Paul Saldina was talking about the seed oils, and I get my olive oil from Spain. I think it's Pompeo. It's got to be 100% Spanish olive oil to be real olive oil. There's 2 other countries that also you can count on, but this has been my go-to, and it's nice and green, and it looks good. I can't taste anything, but I don't use olive oil often, especially right now, because usually I have oil and vinegar in my salads. That's what I like. A little salt, maybe some Italian seasoning, but the lettuce has been so deplorable. I should go over to the farmer's market. It's Tuesday, and I could go over and try to find some green. I'm so tired, you guys. I just did a 15-minute walk. Oh my word. So I have, let me pull this out. I have a pedometer. Right now it's on 0 because I dropped it on the ground and the battery fell out. I did that twice this morning. I gotta cut it out. I think for Christmas, and it doesn't register if I wear it up high. It's got to be on my pants. Problem with that is every time I go to the bathroom, it falls off. And you know me, I have to wee a lot. But anyway, I did over 1,600 steps this morning, which totally shocked me. And I was hauling butt. As a matter of fact, one of my neighbors said, wow, you're really, doing good. You're going fast. And I was, too. I was. I set my timer on my phone for 15 minutes, and I just, with my rollator, I'm moving along, and yeah, I shocked myself when I looked at, I'm like, is that 150 something point? No. It was a thing. Now you got to do about 7,500 is the magic number a day. I'm going to work up to that. I have a bad hip, a bad back, but it's a lot better since I stopped eating crap. Since I stopped eating wheats, especially white flour, white sugar. I've increased, I'm doing salmon twice a week, and it's sockeye wild caught salmon. That nutritious salmon, it's dark pink. It's kind of like egg yolk. So I heard that they've been feeding chickens marigolds to make the yolks look more orange. That is so underhanded. I stick with the Vital Farm eggs. They're more money, but I'm hoping because they're pasture raised that it's a better quality egg. Who knows? I feel better. I have less pain. I mean, I remember when it was hurting me in my legs and knees to get up and off that toilet, and that's not happening anymore. And my mid-back is doing better, even though I have to lay at an angle to sleep, which is like really, it's weird. It's hard to do, but I'm doing it. I want to get better. I mean, when the glaucoma thing and the cataracts thing, I was like, all right, Nikki, you know what? You've screwed up enough, and you better get serious or you're going to be crippled, blind, and in assisted living. that pretty much woke me the hell up. I had to say no more. And so no more. I've been organizing. I got my little shelf and my little purple containers. I'm really into purple right now. And I just organized under my sinks. Maybe I'll do a quick organization video. Oh, they're so cool. These are so cool. Yes, we should go look, right? 15 minutes. Hang on a minute. Are we on? Yes. Okay, so I got these from Walmart. There's a little bit of assembly, right? Let's take you over here. And I had a lot of stuff in my sink. I'm like, I gotta get organized here. These are really cool because the drawer pulls out. Of course, you can use the suction cups that come with them, but, pardon me. I'm probably gonna nail them down or something, screw them in, and so I bought 2 of them. And then I still have room in the middle because the pipes are up. Well, it's over there, really. And so, yeah, I'm really happy with those. I got 2 more. It comes in a set of 2. And those are going to go under my bathroom sink. So that's what I've been up to. Doing a little bit every day and walking now every day, even if it's only 15 minutes. And yeah, feeling better, and I'm just going to keep it up. I highly recommend. Google it. Low inflammatory diet, and they'll tell you everything you should be eating and all the benefits to your life and your liberty. I want to be active and free, Plus, I want to start working. Michael was like, hey, why don't you start selling instead of trying to make anything? Just start selling and making money. It's good money out there. So as soon as I get my okay from the glaucoma specialist, that my eyes are okay, knock on wood, I am praying that my natural efforts will make the difference in my life. And that's the long and short of it, guys. What else? PT. Finally, the referral went through. It only took a month. And isn't that awful? My doctor's office, I'm going to have to change. It's not working out. They can't get their act together. I'll talk to them about it once, and then I think I'm going to just start shopping for a new doctor. But once the glaucoma specialist okays me to do PT, I made an appointment to start November 4th. So strengthen up that hip, strengthen up that back, get those abdominal muscles nice and tight. I'm on a quest. Never give up and never give in. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Bye.